All right, guys, kind of starting this little time lapse off with some hints of what is to come. This is like really going to be the essentially like the East Asian entrance area. And then here in a second, we'll pull back and start working on the hyena enclosure. But it was just kind of one of those ideas I wanted to run with. And then, of course, the African elephants, giraffes, lions, all of that stuff is kind of I'll show you in the real time. It's more off to the upper left of this. So I figured this could be a good border from like African savanna into the East Asian area, like our Indian elephants, tigers, pandas. We'll get into all of that stuff kind of on the other side of the border over here. But I got to give a shout out to Dr. Hyena because he's been the one that's been wanting to know forever if I'm going to do a hyena exhibit. And I thought this little area right here, this little transition area between the savannah and East Asia would be a good little spot for them. So that's what I kind of did. I've got a like a little tunnel for him that goes underneath this path. That's just kind of like become a theme of mine, hasn't it? but I think they really enjoy the habitat. They've got a lot of space. They wouldn't have had as like where I originally intended to put them. They wouldn't have had that as much space, and I'll show you that. You can kind of see up there behind those buildings is where they were originally going to go. But I'm like, why not just let's give them both of these plots of land, and just we'll go underneath the path because also too I think this kind of helps us where all this sits just a hair lower than the savannah and all that. It just kind of it's like we were talking about needing to get different levels and kind of add some different dimension to the zoo. And it's like a very subtle kind of subtle lowering. But maybe when we get out into the East Asian area, we'll take it even lower because we want to really accentuate valleys and stuff there and cliff lines, ridge lines. It's definitely obviously it's going to be heavily forested. We'll have to really rely on. See, that's another thing about about these type of enclosures in the savannah. They don't lend themselves really well to natural barriers 100% because everything's so flat. Whereas when we get into the East Asian area, same with the North American area, there's undulations and there's hills and mountains and a lot more for me to kind of work with than just the flatter, if you will, savanna out here. So that's another thing where we've kind of had to back off a little bit from the completely natural barriers, but I still think we ended up making it look cool. We've got a little glass end area right here. You can look into the hyena den from right here. And this is actually a pretty quick time lapse. I didn't get a whole lot done today. I jumped on Jonty's his charity live stream for Toronto Zoo. That was really fun. Beyond Drew and I jumped on there to do, we did another Take Two podcast, which I think Drew said he might look into ripping the audio from that and going ahead and doing, just putting the podcast up on his channel with that. So we'll kind of see if he makes that happen. And but yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to today. Just kind of messing around with with getting another animal in here, kind of off of the plains, and wanted to start us a little hyena exhibit. I was remember too, I want to get cheetahs in too. So we're going to have to push up to the north more here in the not so distant future, because remember, we want to start with we want to get some elephants in, some giraffes. We want to get a huge, really cool lion's den built. There is a lot of stuff going on. I got to thank you guys for busting us over the 10,000 subscriber mark. So I know we've still got a lot of work to do, but that is why we keep pushing on. So definitely, no matter how long or short you've been here, thank you for sticking it out with me. And just coming back and enjoying these videos. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in the real time real quick, and I'll show you kind of a little bit of mischief that we've been into, and kind of explain what's going on a little more, and kind of get your all's feedback about moving forward into the weekend and early next week, especially since the big ticket items are really on their way. Like, we can't ignore that anymore. I need to just, just get in here and start designing this elephant enclosure and the lions, giraffes, all of that stuff. So really, really, I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that. So let's jump over here real quick and we will chat about it. All right, guys, here is our new group of little goofy hyenas, and they are fun to watch. And they are all over the place. And they can get a little loud as well. But yeah, see, I've got their little tunnel down here. They're getting excited because he's going to feed them. But they can make their way down underneath the path over to like the other side. Yeah, here they come. Over to the other side. And yeah, I see them messing around over here a pretty good bit. There's another one over here lurking around in the shadows. But, nothing too fancy, but I kind of wanted to, I know you guys had talked, you guys talked pretty extensively about keeping with that natural barrier, and that's actually what I did here too. I thought it ended up looking really cool with our plains animals over here. Now that big concrete wall is gone, and I think it looks a lot better, kind of just having that, it kind of just disappears now into the background, so it looks like it's all just one big area, when in fact though we've got it kind of blocked off with electric fencing. We've got the monorail going over, and then the hyenas, I think they just fit this area perfectly with their little habitat. Their habitat kind of leads you down in. See, it all funnels down into a really neat, I think, transitional area here with the East Asian area. Like I was saying, see, I've got the hints of the elephants up here, and in this case, it's going to be Indian elephants out that way. Of course, our African elephants, what I was saying is they'll be all over that way. Elephants, giraffes, lions, that will kind of encompass the rest of that corner. East Asia stuff will push out this way. But this is kind of like the hyenas, their whole exhibit in that area is kind of like the gateway to the east, Down here I've got like a little, just some basic little scenery set up. I've got like a little fruit stand here. I can come in and you walk by and just see like the little merchants and stuff selling fruit. Over here, I've got just a really quick little simple facade building, kind of making your way into that first archway right there. Huge tree, kind of built it up with rocks, pretty much Wildwood Grove, wildwood tree style. Thought that was cool. Implemented different little glass breaks in some of the hyena areas. Got a little feed sack down here to entice them over this way. And then, of course, we've got more natural barrier over the tunnels here. Electric fence along this way. And then, of course, over here, too, in their little den, we've got a little glass, little glass enclosure as well. So we can get up close and personal with these chatty little girls. And that, I think, come out really cool. Another animal that, it was like Drew was saying during that podcast, it's like another animal that you can just sit here. It's so fun to just kind of get the camera set down and just watch them. Look at them like circling in and out of those bushes. That one's been in some fights. Their mannerisms and stuff are so cool. Like you see when they kind of bite at each other and they kind of lower the neck there. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, good views of the hyenas. And also, like we said, now instead of seeing a big concrete wall, see if you were walking by out here, still see the zebras, wildebeest, sable antelopes. Can see right down into their sleeping sheds. Watch this one take a big poo right in front of us. Still got to finish up some detailing right here. But they started having some little babies. Look at this little cutie. Shaka. Little boy. So, still some detailing work to do. And also another thing, we have to do, we have to decide if the monorail should stay put or if it should should I turn it at some point and make it go up towards the elephant exhibit, or should we just, is the ride that it takes you on now enough? Like, see, it's coming, brings you back through here, back through town, and then back over into the station. But is that enough? Because, of course, too, we'll have a path that comes up through here, but anything that, when you're in the monorail, even when they come by through here, you're either looking over at the planes or looking over here at the hyenas. You can see both. It's going to be the same way with the lions and all that stuff as well over here. So, I don't know, just kind of have to chat with you guys and kind of find out what your thoughts are on that. Uh-oh, Waylon's been in a box too long. And Subira's been in a box too long. There we go. But yeah, it's coming along. A little bit of slow progress this week with the holidays. I was actually gone all day yesterday. I was over at my in-laws' house when I found out that we hit 10,000 subscribers. So that was really cool. It's like I put on that post yesterday. That is absolutely a Thanksgiving I will not much soon forget. So, but anyways, guys, yeah, just let me know also too what you think needs to go in here Africa wise. This is prime enclosure real estate right here. So what do you think should happen here? Maybe should we, I don't know, maybe do like a Nile monitor type area, maybe Komodo dragons. I don't know. I don't know if, let's see, if Komodo dragons, let's just see. They're more, they're more, we could do grassland and tropical, but they're more Indonesia, Asia. Maybe we'll save that for the East Asian area. I like the Nile monitors, but the only thing is they're kind of small, but they would fit in this little area well. Like, I wonder if we could do like an underwater section that kind of butts up against this cliff and have the walkway kind of come through here and then just try to do like water up to this or something. Or maybe even have the walkway kind of go into the hillside and have it covered with glass right here. So when the monitors are out here swimming, you're right there at that level. I don't know. And of course, we could do camels over here. Just let me know what your guys' thoughts are. But that is a big open blank, just screaming to put something in there, some kind of enclosure. So, I don't know. We will just have to see. Can't think if there's anything else I need to show you all. Like I said, hasn't been a real busy end of the week as far as Planet Zoo goes, just because kind of been stuck out on the road everywhere, and I don't think that's it. I think that's it so far. But if anything comes to me, I'll tweet about it and ask you. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter too, so you can get updated. Like I said, you can get updated a little more quicker than I put these videos out. So that is both of those are at SDanWolf. And but yeah, let me know what you guys think about the whole new little exhibit here for our cheeky little hyenas. He's got a little chew toy in his mouth. Oh! Kicked it. At least they're getting fed very, very frequently. That's cool. They are not getting passed up for their meals. He's jumping for it. But anyways, guys, yeah, I'm SDanWolf. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.